Hey cuties, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be creating this amazing look that you see right here. Of course, I'm going to be using the Morphe times Jaclyn Hill palette. I wanted to use this palette because I want to create more looks using that palette. Just for the simple fact that because if you guys get y'all's hands on it, I want you guys to have ideas of what kind of look to wear. The look I created today, you can wear it on a day out, on a girl's night out, at an event, anything pretty much, you know, celebrating, you know, like an occasion. I wouldn't specifically wear this out during the day, but definitely going out at night or girls night, like I said, or an event, like an occasion, a big occasion, I would definitely recommend wearing this. I absolutely love the finished look. And by the way, just so that you guys know, this video is only focusing on my eyes. I didn't want to focus anything else on my face just because it's pretty much just my eyes. That's pretty much all I'm focusing it on. So if you guys want to know how to create this look, then just please keep watching. So to start this look off, I'm going to be using the MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre, and I'm going to put this all over my lids with my Morphe brush. And as you can see, I'm buffing this from the inner part of my eye to all the way to the outer. After this step, I'm going to go ahead and pick up my RCMA translucent powder. I do have it on this top right here from LOreal Mascara because the RCMA packaging sucks anyway. So yeah, I'm using this powder to set my eyes so that my shadows are easier to blend out. Today we're going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. What a shocker, right? I just want to give you guys more looks to create if you guys do get y'all's hands on this palette. Starting with this palette, we're going to use this color for a transition shade to start off. And then we're going to go ahead and put that in a crease and start creating that into our crease going towards the brow bone area. So a transition shade is pretty much so that when you apply darker shades, your transition shade is actually noticed. It's not just focusing on one color. You pretty much want your shadow to look very much blended and natural as possible. Then we're going to pick up these two shades also, and we're going to go ahead and deepen the transition shade. Like I said, you want to deepen it just so that whenever you're applying the darker shades, it's not just going from like a black to a yellow like automatically. You just want to let it naturally blend out to like an ombre kind of thing looking. So that's pretty much what I'm just doing, is deepening my transition, which is from my crease area going up to my brow bone. And I'm using this Morphe M518 brush for you guys wondering. More like an orange brownish color to deepen my transition shade, which is exactly the same thing I just explained to y'all. Then white shade here that I'm pointing at right here, and I'm going to use this as my brow bone highlight. And I actually really like this shade to highlight my brow bone. It gives like a very natural shine to it. And then after that, I like to blend out everything, make sure that there's no harsh lines after I applied that on my brow bone. And then after this, we're going to go ahead and pick up this blue aqua color, and we're going to go ahead and apply this all over our crease area, not covering the transition shades because you don't want to do that. With the same brush, I'm doing that, and I'm just going to pretty much deepen this up as much as I can to make that color really pop. And then after this part, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this dark brown shade, and I'm going to pick a clean blending brush up. So with a new blending brush, I'm just going to go ahead and start blending the brown into the aqua blue color, just so that there's no harsh lines, because it's very hard to blend out that color, especially because you want to focus that only on your crease area and not, you know, change the color in your transition shades, which are crease and brow bone area. And then after that, I'm going to pick up this dark green, which I believe the name is Enchanted. I have no idea where I left the name sheet of the colors, but anyways, yeah, I think it's Enchanted. And I'm going to pretty much do the same exact thing with the aqua blue color. The thing about this, when I was blending everything out, I was like super sure that I was going to do half cut crease kind of look. But then I started imagining a look in my mind that I wanted like a halo look with like a gold sparkle in the middle. So I was kind of like super convinced. So then I started just applying that stuff at the outer part of my eye. And then I went with a smaller detailed brush, and I just began to use the same shade. So with that detailed brush, I'm just pretty much deepening out the inner and outer parts of my eye. And I just want to make it as dark as possible because this dark green can look light in some areas if you don't build it up. And that's pretty much just what I'm doing with this brush. And then I'll of course go with a blending brush and blend everything out to make sure that there's no harsh lines, because we don't want that in our life. We don't. Pick up the same brown and kind of a transition shade that I used at the beginning, and I'm going to use this to blend out that dark green into my transition shades, because you still want your transition shades to be noticeable. After this step, I'm going to go into my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm going to go ahead and carve out my crease area, not all the way, only in the middle, just so that it pops out more and it's more noticeable than just applying shadow over it. So after I carve that out with some concealer, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this brown shade that I show you guys at first. And then I'm totally convinced that I do not want to use that shade. I wanted something more gold, more yellowish in it. So then I found this shade that I showed you guys, and I started to apply that one over it. And I loved it, and I loved the way it looked. And then after that, I just pretty much just blended out the green into the halo color, which is that gold shade, and I just wanted everything to look as blended as possible and not harsh. And I really liked the way it came out. And then I did the same exact thing that I did on this side on the other eye. I wanted to talk about this part, especially because I know that there's some people that tend to put their foundation first before doing their eyeshadow. In order to create a very sharp line the way I'm doing this with a makeup wipe, you can also use concealer. Just use a very sharp brush, a very precise brush. Use some concealer and just sharpen it out. It's very hard to create a sharp line when you apply your eyeshadow after using your foundation, just because of all the fallout, because you know you already applied your base. You don't want to mess that up. You're really just focusing on that. So here I'm using the makeup wipes from Neutrogena. I'm going in with that white shade that I use for my brow bone area, and I'm using it to highlight the inner corners of my eye, and it really just popped and it made this look even more dramatic than it already looked. And it made everything look amazing. So then I start to apply a liner, pretty much just a line over my lash line, just so that my lashes have something to, you know, pretty much be on, because the lashes I'm going to be using have a thicker band than I usually wear, and I don't like my lash line to show as much, you know, because then it looks super fake and I don't like that. And then here I'm pretty much just applying a primer at the bottom lash line, which is from the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer with my Beauty Blender. You can't really see it, but that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go ahead and go into all the transition shades that I used at the beginning of this video. I'm going to pretty much do that at the same thing that I did at the top, I'm doing at the bottom. And then I'll go ahead and with the darker green. I won't even go into that like blue shade. I'll just go straight to that enchanted color. And then I start to apply that gold shade that's on my middle part of my eye at the top, and apply that in my inner corners, and it really made this look pop out even more. And I really like the way it looked at the end. So this part was really like everything to me. I grabbed my curler and this new mascara from L'Oreal. I coated my lashes with it, and then I applied these amazing lashes that I love so much right now. And these are 3D lashes. And then I went ahead and put some gel liner in the bottom waterline and put some mascara on the bottom lashes and pretty much finished this look for you guys. And this is how the eyes ended up looking. Okay guys, I hope you guys liked that tutorial. I tried my best to explain it, and I wanted to do a voiceover because I really wanted to focus on this eye look, and I love the finished look. It's amazing, I'm in love, and yeah, so if you guys have any other requests or ideas to use with this palette, let me know in the comments down below. If you have not followed me on all social media platforms, please do that as well. And all that will be listed in the description box below. Everything I used on my face today that I did not mention, I will list in the description box below as well. And if you guys have any questions or any ideas for videos in the future for me, then just please leave that stuff down in the comment section below as well. And I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who has subscribed, who actually supports me and love to watch me grow in what I love to do. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much, I really do, and I will see you on my next video. Bye. By the way, before I forget, shout out to Jaclyn Martinez. She's a really good friend of mine. She wanted me to do this because she was drunk. I don't know if she was drunk, but I'm pretty sure she was drunk. But she pretty much wanted me to do this because I'm from H-Town, Houston, Texas. And she wanted me to create a heart out of it because she thought I did this. She thought I did this. So now she wants me to do this. And here goes, Jaclyn. There it is for you. So anyways, yeah, so this time, deuces!